And welcome to another episode of the Skip the Noise podcast. I'm being joined tonight by, well, it's a mini crew tonight, so I'm being joined tonight by the Brown Python himself, and of course me, Mexican Nostradamus. We are missing the illustrious Benjamin James, who's on hiatus. I heard that he's currently climbing the Himalayas with no shoes or socks. It's just and just like a wife beater. He's going to prove that he can do it. Told him, you should at least wear some type of tube socks or something, but he has completely disregarded our respects.
Well, he said yes to the tube socks for other reasons, but
that's
everything else.
That's just to keep his piece warm. That's all he's worried about. He goes, I don't care if I freeze to death. I want to make sure that my piece lives on. But we will trudge forth and hopefully have a good show for you tonight. We do have a couple of things we're going to be going through tonight. We are going to talk about the end of an era of the illustrious, our infamous end of an era of one Henry Kissinger. We'll also be talking about Elon's wonderful message to his advertisers on X. We're going to talk about how GM is just full of shit. We're going to talk about interesting pictures that Dave Chappelle's been taking with pretty controversial figures. And I think we're going to touch base on, I think, something that's kind of maybe a personal revelation to us, but to most people that are in the medical community or actually have somewhat of an education. We're going to kind of talk about these new age bro science charlatans that seem to be popping up everywhere. And I think there's quite a bit going on with that. So, So
bro code, man. It's bro code.
Bro code. So much ado of nothing. We will now enter the layer that is a Skip the Noise podcast.
By the way, I just want to say it's been a while this time.
It has been. We've taken a little hiatuses. Well, you know what me and Rick did actually have in the infamous text thread. We did have a side chat. We are going to be trying to record this on either Thursday or Friday nights. Yeah, and we're going to try to get y'all more consistent back weekly. So we will make a commitment. We need something to do. All 9 of y'all that are listening, and plus all the beer we need to drink. So tell your friends, let them know that we will be more consistent. And if you get bored, tell your friends to listen to us or play us at your favorite coffee shop if you do like us.
The coffee shop.
Yeah, and then of course always drop a review, Apple iTunes, all that stuff, because then hopefully maybe someone else can find us. But moving on. We will start with, I think, the death of what some people kind of called the boogeyman. Henry Kissinger died yesterday. God, rest in peace. And I'm not one to ever spit on a grave. So, may he rest in peace. May, may whatever happens in the afterlife, whether it's not for me to judge, but there are quite a few people that are judging Mr. Kissinger.
Yeah, tell people like millennials and Gen Zs, what is the significance of Henry Kissinger? What did this guy do?
Oh boy. Well, Henry Kissinger was he was the foreign attaché, or basically the foreign advisor for several presidents, starting with Nixon and also Gerald Ford. But he kind of bounced around the socialite intelligence community for many, many years. In particular, his main thing is that he's kind of responsible for the deaths of millions of people, in particular in Cambodia, Vietnam. Oh. He literally picked where he said that he wanted carpet bombing to occur.
In Cambodia.
He
was it necessary though? I mean,
not necessarily. Especially
were they winning in Cambodia?
Well, I think Anthony Bourdain put it best. There's a quote about what he felt about Kissinger, and basically, when Bourdain was in Cambodia, Bourdain basically said, "Hey, look, beautiful country, love Cambodia, but you, after being here for just a little while, develop an uncanny hatred for Kissinger because of what he did to Cambodia." He basically bombed them after kind of bringing them in, taking them out, kind of killed millions of people in Cambodia illegally and secretively for military aspects and endpoints that never became to fruition. So a guy has basically, and not even exaggerating, I think hyperbole, a lot of people say something, but this guy had millions of lives that his decisions impacted. and killed.
Yeah.
So
All
yeah,
right.
made
So,
it to 100.
dude, look at George Soros, man. That dude's gonna make it to 110, I'm
On you one.
sure.
I'll tell you one thing. They take the good ones, they take the good ones early, and the motherfuckers just keep on kicking. But 100 years old, man. 100 years old. So
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
Wow.
But yeah,
What do you think keeps
very
him alive, though? Is it like pure evil that keeps him alive that long?
I will be honest with you, dude. Kissinger, and I know he's kind of in some way he was a right-wing darling because he has a conservative points, but I don't know if anyone really. I mean, I guess he did,
I mean,
but
he stood up for Donald Trump, you know?
it's just if he
So,
wasn't so
yeah.
horrible. I mean, God, dude, it, there's some people that would consider him and not just a fringe, would consider him a war criminal for
Hmm.
what he committed and the things he did in Cambodia and Vietnam, in particular during Nixon and carrying on with Ford.
Yeah.
Um, it was some fucked up shit, man. He really kind of went deep in the paint on that. I mean, um, but definitely an influential
Washington
figure.
Insider, huh? To the
Yep,
end,
and
too, man.
Washington. Oh, very end, very end.
To the
Like you
bitter
said,
end.
to
Yeah.
the better end. So, whether you say rest in peace to him or as I've
Or
seen several people saying they can't wait to find out where he's buried to piss on his grave. Um,
I've
I
seen,
do.
you know
I
what? I just saw, you see RIP, rest in peace. I've seen RIS also.
rest in. Oh boy, dude. No. I've seen some horrible things. Like people have said some horrible things. I'm like, look, I get it, but shit. Oh my God. Well,
Yeah.
whatever your opinion of, he was definitely a influential and significant figure in American history, and I mean up to the present. Like you said, he was a Washington insider till the very end. So, um, whatever you think of him, he's gone now,
All
and
right.
so just
On to the next generation.
FYI to Mr. Kissinger, but if you do get bored, look up what he did during the Nixon. Make your own judgment. I'm not particularly fond of him. Not just because of his right leanings. I think I haven't really had too many issues with a lot of the secretaries of state or the or not national security advisor panels. I mean, I've definitely had some issues with some of them. I never had problems with Colin Powell. There's some people that carry out those particular positions with honor and consider all aspects of war. And then there's just some guys who get that position and they're like kids playing GI Joe and don't
Yeah.
realize the human implications that occur. I mean, if you look at Colin Powell, as much as Iraq was horrible, stupid, we lost
Yeah.
a lot of people, we
Yep.
did bad things, a lot of people died. Had he carried on a Henry Kissinger type offensive or did things the way that he had done them, I mean, it would have been millions of Iraqis dead. And I don't get wrong. I know they said 1 million were killed in 20 years. It would have been 1 million dead in the first year because of just this blatant disregard for human life and a continuous movement towards the goal. Whereas, we it's a different game. When people talk about Kissinger, it definitely he lacked the empathy, I think, for the position. So, anyways,
All right.
so that's a very prominent figure that has left us, and some people think for the better, some people think for the worse. I am not trying to judge anybody, but I definitely think that it's a complicated history for that man. So,
Yeah.
try not to dwell too much on that one. But I do know one thing. I do know
Yeah. What's that?
someone who's definitely not dwelling on anything or, to be quite honest, gives a fuck about what's going on. And that's your boy Elon, right?
Hey, Elon, what's up, man?
Oh my
I
googly moogly.
I recently bought a Tesla and I visited Starbase.
What? How was
Yeah.
Starbase? Was that
Dude,
cool?
that's fucking awesome.
Hmm.
Look, they don't have a tour. They don't have they don't have a gift
That's
shop,
because the
which I wish
rockets
they
keep
did.
blowing it up, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they do. But no. These rockets did not blow up when I went to go see it. But it helps that it's next to Boca Chica Beach, which is
Yeah,
a beautiful beach, by the way.
really.
It's a beautiful beach here in
Where? So it's
Texas,
now it's South Texas, right? So just kind of
South
give everybody
Texas.
an idea where it's at.
Oh yeah, Boca Chica Beach is in South Texas, right off of Brownsville
Hmm.
and South Padre Island.
Right.
Now I never thought Texas had beautiful beaches because we have Galveston up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and pretty much anything along the Gulf Coast up to Corpus Christi is kind of brown.
Yep.
But once you hit South Padre Island and anything below that, the water starts getting blue and it has like a teal hue to it.
Well,
And Boca
you
Chica
know, it's
Beach,
okay.
huh?
Well,
Well,
I
I
was
was
gonna
gonna
say,
say,
every couple of years it goes completely blue when a
yeah,
big hurricane comes through.
like Caribbean water almost.
Yep.
But no, South Padre Island is very clear, it's very blue. And Boca Chica Beach, what makes it so beautiful is that there's nothing there. It's a deserted
Oh,
beach. Beautiful, man. Beautiful. Anyway, so we visited Starbase. Starbase was actually kind of nice. We got to see the rockets, and I don't know, it was just kind of strange. It looks like a construction site more than anything.
huh.
A lot of trucks everywhere. They're moving things. I don't know what they're doing there, but we went the day after the launch, recently. So,
Yeah. How was that?
uh, I mean, it was still a lot of movement. So, like I said, there's nothing you can visit. We can get off and tour the place.
Right.
You couldn't just drive through the grounds. There's no security to stop you.
Oh, that's cool.
Uh, yeah, it's kind of strange. I kind of felt weird being there.
Wait, did you pick up your Tesla there?
No,
Okay. I was
no,
gonna
no, no,
say
I did
because
not.
yeah.
No, they didn't even have chargers. You
Really?
would think. Yeah, they would
Yeah.
have superchargers at Starbase, but they don't.
That's not good. That's not a good sign.
But
None of the
there
people at
were a lot of
Starburst
Teslas
drive.
there.
Huh? But
There were a
what
lot
the
of
hell are they
Teslas there.
charging them? Ah, I guess he doesn't offer free charging on the job.
Probably in Brownsville. I have no idea.
Elon's pinche. Um, well, that's awesome. And in full disclosure, I too am thinking of purchasing a Tesla, but we'll see. And before we go too far into the fuck you story, today they just released the Tesla, the Cybertruck.
Oh, the pricing.
No, well, no, they started the first couple of deliveries today.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the
Oh Jesus
pricing,
Christ.
wow, pricing is
$60,000 for a prototype.
no, yeah,
Like, you
well,
don't know what's gonna
60
happen to
grand.
this.
Well, it's 60 grand for the shittiest one, and that's starting. The middle one, the one with the dual motors,
Yeah.
80. And then the super one starts at 100. So the middle one starts at 80 grand. So it's probably going to be at least a $90,000 truck for, like you said, a prototype that cannot haul as much as a regular truck,
No, it can't.
does
It's
not
not
have
going
the
to.
capacity. It's
E-
just
e- e-
basically, I hate to say this, guys, like everyone talks about how innovative the design is. It looks like a pinche El Camino.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an El
I thought so
Camino,
too.
right?
A square El Camino.
Yes, it's an El Camino,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen. With like, and honestly, it kind of looks like an El Camino that, like, you ever seen those sheiks or those guys in Saudi Arabia that take a car and plate it in gold or some shit? Like they just have
Yeah.
so much money.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it looks like. It looks like some guy just plated
Played in
his
El
El
Camino.
Camino in like stainless steel. He's like, I like the way my kitchen looks. I want
Dude,
my
I
car to
haven't
look
seen El
like that.
Camino in a long time though. I used to see him a lot when I lived in Laredo, but here
Oh
in Houston, I
yeah.
haven't seen him as much.
Dude, they were bad. They were cool cars, but that's kind of what it looks like, right? It looks like an
Yeah.
El
A
Camino.
chancla.
So, I mean, don't get me wrong, it looks cool in a way, because it's unique looking. But I think he screwed up. If I not that, and I'm definitely not someone to talk to about stocks because I have no idea. But I definitely think that I think he's gonna take a hit because he was promising like to sell 500,000 to 1,000,000 of these units, and not at $80,000. You're not
Not right
not at
now.
80 grand.
Maybe when Trump comes back and the economy gets better, maybe.
No, bro.
Maybe.
$80,000 is just too much. Not when people are only making, because the people that are going to buy it aren't going. It's going to be the urban cowboy that buys it, right? It's going to be like
Yeah.
the
Well,
pendejos here in
you're
DFW.
not gonna haul
That's who it's
cows
going to
with
be.
this shit,
Like
You're
I'm
gonna
telling you,
just parade it
yeah.
around the city. Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's an urban cowboy thing. That an urban space cowboy. Actually, it's like people like Elon Musk, but like I don't see it really taking off, but you never know. I could be wrong. I mean, I'll tell you, if he was smart and he had started it off at like 49, 59, and then something like
It's
that,
gonna go down.
I think
It
the
has to go down in
numbers.
price.
Well, the Model 3 did, luckily for
Yeah.
most people. And it honestly, if you really look at it, the Model 3 on it offers a good value, especially with the tax rebate.
Well, it saved the company.
Yes,
Because he had the Model S and it was too expensive for people. But as soon as he introduced the Model 3, he brought it to the masses.
he did, but no, but you got to remember though, when the Model 3 first came out, it was $49,000.
Oh, yeah, yes, it was. It's
It was
true.
expensive. So, I mean, let's be honest, after inflation, the Model 3 in 2019 money, I love how everyone tries to put it like that,
Oh,
is that's a
yeah.
$25,000 car,
Yeah, it is.
$26,000 car. So, I mean, you know, I think, but I do think in the end, the Model 3 does represent a decent value, but I don't know.
Nice.
I'm
Very
just a
nice.
very old school driver. I'm connected to I like a standard. I like feeling connected to the road. I like feeling connected to the engine. That's just my thing. But
No, I
anyways,
like Standard too, man. I like
huh? I
Standard
love
too.
it.
But
It's just relaxing.
but the I guess the appeal to this car is that the advantage this electric car has to like a motor car. There's no revving. There's no picking up the engine.
Oh yeah, no, you go.
You hit that gas, and that computer knows you hit the gas, and it takes you almost
Oh yeah.
immediately,
My
like a UFO.
yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah.
it just zooms in.
Well,
Yeah.
my friend has a Model S Plaid.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no, he literally has a real Plaid. So I haven't had the chance to take it out yet.
Oh, I'll tell you
But
something about that.
1.90 to 60, I mean, it's 1,000 horsepower. It has 1,000 horsepower.
Yeah. Without
It
the massive engine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no. We gotta remember those things weigh a lot. I mean, those
Yeah, they do
tri
because of the
motors weigh a
battery.
lot, but it's 1,000 horsepower. I haven't driven it yet. My friend said, "Hey man, anytime you want to take it out, let me know." Um, I'm kind of worried though that when I drive it, anything will be slow after that
It will.
because I don't think anything will match that type of power. So I don't know, but it looks good though. I'm gonna tell you,
Yeah.
that's a good looking car too. That
Yeah, it
Model S
is.
looks good. I like it.
I tried the self-driving thing.
Uh-huh.
It was weird,
I
man. It
can't
was
do it.
fucking weird. I
Yep.
can't. No, me neither.
Nope.
It was weird. It was just like I activated it and it started taking me. And I was like, "Fuck, is this gonna stop at the light? Is it gonna stop at the light?" And I was just hoping and praying it would stop at the light, and I didn't even wait for it. I deactivated
Oh
it. I
yeah, I
stopped
can't do
myself.
that shit. Well, no, well, I'm not worried about
Mm-mm.
it stopping at the light. I'm worried about stopping at pedestrians.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
other cars in front of you,
Oh,
or even
exactly.
rear end somebody.
I'm good. I'm
Nah,
good.
dude.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till we get to like version like
No,
31.
I'm gonna wait till I'm an old man and I have no choice but to let the computer like drive me,
Yeah,
and
but
I'll
you know
just
what?
die.
Honestly, that'll probably be the future of it all because the only way you're gonna be able to get insurance is your car drives for you. But we're already fastly approaching that. I mean, let's be honest, that's on the way. But anyways, moving back
We
to
digress.
the subject we were trying to get to. So Elon Musk was doing an interview, I think with I forgot what news outlet, or it was just kind of a panel interview. And when asked, because so for everyone to know, there was a tweet that he basically retweeted, which was kind of stated, and I'm kind of paraphrasing here, that American, like, what's the best way to put it? Because I don't want to be canceled for it either.
What?
But basically,
No,
the
dude,
tweet, it
we're
was
canceled
shit.
already because no one listens to us. So go ahead.
Very true. So yes, we're so
Yeah.
canceled we can't be listened to. So basically, the tweet kind of stated that the American left, which has a lot of very high, has a lot of high but very powerful Jewish components in it,
Oh yeah.
deserved what happened with the Hamas attack because they keep voting Democrat.
No, 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 no. That's not. I
Yes,
don't think
yes,
so. I
yes. And
think
he retweeted that tweet.
no. Okay.
Hold on. Let me see. I'll look it up
My
for
understanding is that
prosperity.
he retweeted something that said to the effect of that Jewish donors to universities deserve the backlash that they were getting because they had fostered the attack on the white man, or they had basically saying that universities were putting down white people, basically. And so that the Jewish donors who were supporting this kind of deserve the backlash they've had with with Palestinians or whatever.
Well, hold on a second. Hold on a second.
And
Hold on.
you know what? I don't know, there's merit to that. I have no proof one way or the other, but that's an opinion he has, right?
Well,
I mean,
oh
he's
no.
entitled to
So,
think whatever he
okay,
wants
no,
to
I'm
think.
sorry. This is it. This is it.
Go ahead.
So,
Real life fact checking. All right.
yeah, Elon Musk tweeted his fervent agreement with an anti-Semitic statement on Wednesday night. A tweet posted by Breaking Bat on Wednesday night read, Jewish communities have been pushing the exact dialectic hatred against whites that they claim to want people to stop using against them.
Yeah.
And so, okay, yeah. And he says, in response, you have said the actual truth. In another reply, he wrote, I am deeply offended by ADL's messaging and any other groups who push de facto anti-white racism or anti-Asian racism of any kind.
Yep. See? That's
So,
what it was about.
so that was his tweet. But nonetheless, this particular tweet has set off what is known, kind of has become a media boycott of advertising on X, formerly known as Twitter, which, and in some circles has said has lost him already $72 to $85 million already in this quarter alone. Significant advertising pools. When asked about this particular situation, he goes, these guys are trying to blackmail me. You're going to try to blackmail money and try to crash my business. Go fuck yourselves. That's verbatim. He said, go fuck yourselves. And this is, of course, televised. The interview goes, what? The interview skips a beat and doesn't know how to handle this. And then he goes, they can go fuck themselves. And even at one point he says, hey, Bob, who also people, if you don't know who Bob is Bob Iger, who is the head of Disney, who was in attendance and apparently is one of the advertisers who is not advertising with him because of this, this anti-Semitic, controversy, the remark controversy. What the fuck is that about? I mean, dude, telling people to go fuck themselves. Oh,
well, I'll tell you what. There's two sides to this coin. One, he runs a risk of being the My Pillow guy.
Oh,
right?
Bro, he's well on the way of becoming the My Pillow guy.
Yeah, he's well on the way of becoming the My Pillow guy. So that's very risky. Second to that is he has a lot of FU money. Do you think he cares?
But does he though? Does he though? Because so much of his value is leveraged in in loans and assets backed on other assets. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's definitely richer than me, right? I mean, fuck.
Is he?
If we play big bank, little bank, yeah. No, I'm not. No, sir. That is you. That is you.
You bank at Chase, man. You're rich.
No, sir. You're the rich one. I wish I could bank at Chase. You're the Chase banker. You and what's his name? Neil Diamond, whoever the guy is. That's the Jamie Dimon. Yeah, you guys go and have lunch every other week. No, I think I don't know. Like, what the fuck are you going to do with that? Like, how do you repair relationships with that?
Yeah, because it wasn't just Bob Iger. I mean, Apple canceled, IBM canceled.
Yes. And he told them to go fuck themselves. Like, how do you fix that? And how is that? And honestly, and he's beholden to his shareholders in a way.
But Tesla,
not Tesla. Fucked them over too.
Twitter doesn't have shareholders.
Yeah, it does.
He owns it.
No, I think Twitter has shareholders, doesn't it?
I don't think so. No.
Hold on.
No, Tesla has shareholders, and SpaceX.
I thought Twitter was still in the market. Hold on, you're probably right, but
no,
it's on there.
TWTR?
No. You're right. You're right. It is private. That is correct.
Yeah, it's a private company.
Yeah,
He
but
owns it.
no, he does. He does. But at the same
S-
time, I don't know. It's just, I guess,
But
I,
it,
I
but
guess since it is his own entity, I always thought it's still publicly traded for some reason. But I guess since it's his own entity, but still, like, how responsible is that for the people that work for him too? I mean, there's thousands of people depending
yeah.
on this guy not to be a complete jerk off. And
Now, there's something else going on to that. So that was part of the reason. The other reason was that who was it? It was some news media organization.
yeah,
Uh,
I know you're talking about
yeah,
this news aware or some shit like that.
News Aware or something like that. What they did was they signed up for all these white supremacist Twitter accounts or X accounts, and they also took screenshots that saying that, hey, Apple, look at your advertisements. They're coming up next to these white supremacist accounts.
Right.
Right. But that's kind of misleading
Yeah.
in that, of course, you can sign up for nothing but white supremacist accounts. You still need to be advertised products. You're still
Well,
using the platform.
but okay, but do you really
You may not agree with what.
do you want like, do you want like the new what's it called? The new Little Mermaid posted right next to like, Jim
The white
the
supremacist
white
guy?
supremacist. I you know what I'm saying? I
Hey,
mean,
man. They
look,
they have money too, okay? They buy Jordans too,
I don't think
I
so. I
mean,
don't think they're
you may
buying
not agree with
Jordans.
them. You may not
Unless
agree
it's
with
Jim
them.
Jordans, unless they're buying Jim
Probably,
Jordans, that's about it.
probably.
They're definitely not
I got
buying
the
Michael
latest Jim.
Jordan shoes.
I got the latest James Jordan.
I got the
What they're
latest
trying
Jim
to illustrate is that
Jordans. It's like pro wings and shit.
I got the latest Jim Jordans.
I got the latest Jim Jordans. They're like some fucking legs. Like, oh my god, I could only imagine what Jim Jordan wears.
But I'm just saying, man, like, you may not agree with their opinions, but they have a right to say whatever they want to say because that's what free speech is all about.
Right, I'm for
But
that.
they also have spending dollars.
They do.
Okay.
They do, but I think okay, so there's this funny show. It's on Apple Plus. It's called Mythic Quest. It has the guy from Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
The dark-haired guy. He's
Yeah.
married to him and what's his name from Deadpool? God, what's his name? Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. Yeah.
So I think it's McIntyre, whatever his name is, Rob McIntyre. Anyways, there's this show called Mythic Quest where they're making this video game. And so, like they said, we want everyone to be as free as possible in this video game. And then all of a sudden, just out of nowhere, they have a neo-Nazi like component of their video game now. They're like all like doing Hail Hitler symbols and stuff. So what he ended up having to do, instead of booting all these people, is they kind of gave them their own server. But
Okay.
they blocked them out from realizing that nobody else can see them. It's kind of funny the way
Yeah.
that the way that they did it.
Maybe they should just do that, right?
Right, but exactly, but you have the technology to keep advertisers away from these posts
Yeah.
because you need to, right? Because advertisers don't want that. Nobody wants to be advertised next to that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
Wouldn't that be the responsible things? Like, look, everyone has the freedom of speech, but advertisers also have the freedom of knowing that their products are not going to be, grouped or misdirected by these type of people. So I think there could have been a mature answer to that, right? Like, okay, hey, look, if we see, Jim, the white supremacist posting shit, unfortunately, we cannot monetize those posts. We cannot make money from those posts, even though I understand that, there's probably going to be a lot of white supremacists on X now, which is funny because X used to be like, the notion that was not definitely white supremacist.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it was always racist, but different kind of racist.
oh boy,
I'm just
I'm not
saying
going there.
yeah.
But
Oh,
nonetheless,
we're
though,
going there.
you do see this, right? You do see this happening. It's something that could easily have been stopped. He could have addressed it. He didn't, and instead he took like this high school bad boy thing, and it's a bit interesting, right? A bit much.
Yeah, that's why like that kind of behavior really runs him the risk of becoming the next My Pillow guy.
He is the next My Pillow guy.
Yeah, I
Let's be
know.
honest. You know
Yeah,
what
no,
he
no, it's
is?
true.
He's the next My Pillow guy, but he has better products. Because
Yeah, there you
I'm
go.
gonna be quite honest with you, I never bought one of those fucking pillows. I mean, I don't know how you make $1 billion off of pillows.
I actually bought the slippers. We're very comfortable.
Oh boy, I bet
Very
you did.
comfortable. I love that.
Yeah,
And you know
I
what?
bet
The
you did.
blankets were comfortable too because I
I
bought them
bet
for
you.
my
And every
parents.
time they laid on your skin, they're like, "You're not pure. You're not pure."
No, I
They
was
kept
just
trying.
like,
They kept trying to get off of you at night.
it feels like a mega America here. Oh my God, it feels
Yeah, I
so
bet it did.
wonderful.
I bet it did. It's made from the
Yeah.
same rope fibers that they used. Um, I don't know, man. I think it makes them look erratic. It makes them look kind of deranged, and
Kind of does. It kind of
it's a
does.
very it's I don't know, and and it's funny because
It
10
could have been
years
handled
ago,
differently.
well, 10 years ago, people were touting this guy like he was like the coming of Christ.
Dude, he did create SpaceX. And
Well, no,
he
dude,
brought
isn't that the
electric
crazy
cars
thing?
into the market, to the mainstream.
Right, but SpaceX is, I mean, but the problem, okay, okay,
I
to
mean, there's
me,
tenacity. I mean, there's
there is,
consistency. There's
there is,
risk taking.
there is. But,
This guy could have been working in a cubicle his whole life, and he
well, no,
didn't.
his family's really rich. So he had a lot of money coming up. I mean, his family owns like some type of like rare gem mines in South Africa type shit. So he came from money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's
All
okay.
right.
He's okay. But but in the end though, he still made quite a bit of money. I mean, I'm definitely not taking away from his ingenuity. And at one point he was on the social pulse, right? He was our Tony Stark. Um,
Exactly.
but yeah, I don't know so much though. I mean, Tony Stark had his flaws. It seems like Elon seems to be exposing more and more of his, especially and maybe this is just what happens, and this might be a good bleed into the next thing we're going to talk about, but it just seems like people that have been burnt in the public kind of turn into these like their ire, their dismay continues to be pervasive in everywhere and everything they do, right? If you get burned, you then therefore become scorched earth for everything else, for all the people that burned you, right?
He needs to hire a publicist, like someone to answer for him, because there comes a time when you stop caring, man.
Well, right, but and that's what most adults would
Yeah.
do. But I think these new aged people, and it's funny, and I have to say it's mainly for my generation, being a Generation X person, um, you know, they seem to not be as thick skinned as one would think we were. They get
Yeah.
they when they're not, well, I mean, I'll just cancel, but when they're like canceled or when they're criticized, it seems to shake the very essence or core of these individuals, so much so that it kind of makes them into a boomer, right? It's like it's funny, but it's like to me, we're watching these older Xers become boomers. To me, it's an
Yeah.
interesting there's an interesting phenomenon, and so so to bleed into what we were talking about, other than Mr. Elon Musk telling everyone "fuck you," there was an interesting picture I saw that Lauren Boebert, the queen of jerking off people during Beetlejuice, um, the play.
What? Oh,
Oh,
Jesus Christ. Oh
that's
yes.
what she did. Oh yeah, and
Yeah, I remember
and
that.
vaping by pregnant women while in a theater for a play that was made for children.
She is a very classy woman. Don't
Yep,
worry about it.
classy. Anyways, she took a picture with her, Dave Chappelle, and what was her name? Paulina.
Dude, I want to say Paulina Rubio, but that's a singer.
What is her name? Hold on a second. Let me look it up. We're fact checking, folks.
Paulina
You know why?
Martinez,
Because
Ramirez.
we're
Just
old
just
and we
just come
fact
up with the
check.
name, man. Don't worry about it. And then
Paulina. Hold on. Paulina.
we'll just say Rubio.
Oh, Anna Paulina Luna.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yes, I mean, and
yeah.
and she is whoa.
No,
Don't
she's cute, man. Yeah.
the dude. being attractive or not, that chick is crazy as shit.
You know what?
Um,
It's a hot crazy scale. You know what you're getting into.
she's a strong nine, bro. But um, but the big problem though that I see is he basically stated, and the tweet goes, and let me see if I can, let me direct quote it, but Lauren Boebert wrote, hold on.
Hmm.
Dave
Robert with Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle. And I
So I
actually
guess
had
it's
it pulled up. I'm sorry, guys. Normally I have these things pulled up in Windows and that window closed.
I think
Yeah.
you closed it when you found out that it was actually the tweet.
Uh-huh. Hold on.
An innocent tweet not worth mentioning. There you go.
Not really.
But
Hold on.
Dave
Hold
Chappelle's
on,
got a
hold
lot of
on.
shit though. Not lately, but it
Hold
seems
on.
every time it comes up with a special, like these
Oh,
weirdos
this
come out
is
of the
her
woodwork.
exact quote. So, Representative Lauren Boebert. Just three people who understand that there's only two genders.
Yeah.
That was done on November 30th. So that was done today. So, um, yeah. So it's been deleted. But
Yeah, Dave Chappelle probably did not appreciate that too
oh
much.
well, I'm pretty sure that his publicist probably threatened to sue the shit out of her. But nonetheless, are we seeing the ire of these post? I guess you would have to say Gen Xers are. It's almost
What? What are you
like
talking about?
okay, I get it's hard to formulate the idea exactly, but are we seeing like Gen Xers become boomers? Like a lot of
Yeah?
people, a lot of great. Okay, so everyone talks about the the golden generation, right? Before the boomers, there was men like what's his name? God dog it. He had a mustache. He was a communist
Wait,
actor.
Stalin?
No. He was an
Oh,
American actor. Had a mustache. Was in the silent films first.
Charlie Chaplin?
Yes. He was blasted. I mean, utterly gutted by the McCarthy, by the
Yeah,
anti-communism,
yeah,
and he
yeah.
stood strong. He never veered. He never
Mm,
attacked the American public. He
mm.
understood that. You see a lot of individuals who took a large amount of scrutiny, but stayed strong and stayed true to the course because they believed that what they were thinking was not only right, but it was a maturity thing. Are we, and I know there's been several people who have been canceled. In particular, you have like Rogan, you have Dave Chappelle, you have all these people canceled.
Yeah.
Are they kind of becoming bitches because they can't handle the heat? Like
What?
okay,
What are you talking
yeah,
about?
well they become bitches. Like okay, so like
Rogan? Okay.
Rogan, the whole thing was the ivermectin, right? He cannot like if for people that I'm an OG Rogan, been listening to the dude since okay, I think he's in the 2000s. I've been listening since episode 273.
Okay.
Like I've literally listened to this man for 10 years.
All right. All
Maybe
right.
missed a handful of episodes.
What's been happening?
And it's just been just dog shit. It's been just every other episode's talking about how COVID was fake and this and that. And I get it. But at some point you're like, bro, it's like beating the dead horse thing. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Your feelings got hurt. But why you got to keep acting like a bitch? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at what point do you take what point do you just get over it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how many times did you get into a fight with a friend and finally y'all just shook hands? I mean, were you a kind of person that held a grudge? It's just, I don't know, it's kind of gross, right?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's that simple, man.
I think it is.
What if him talking about COVID are his highest rated episodes? His
They
highest
aren't though. They aren't.
what I mean, he's got to be talking about it for some reason.
Well, he's talking about it because he's genuinely like he's
Hurt.
actually very, very, very pissy about it. And it's just like you can tell because he's formed almost this echo chamber. And it's not just him, it's a lot of people in this that are now kind of grifting on this right wing space. I guess you could throw Steven Chowder in there, even though he was always kind of a douchebag.
Yeah.
You can throw in a lot of those guys, and it's just like these tantrums they're throwing, right? I mean, I would even so far say like everyone's jumped on this right wing bandwagon grift where, you know, they just act like bitches for everything.
You mean like Ben Shapiro acting like a bitch over like
Israel. Oh, the
Israel?
Israel
Yeah.
thing is fucking it's almost a complete stark. He talks so much shit about Ukraine, but
Yeah.
now that it's Israel,
Oh boy. Like,
hold
bring out
up,
the nukes and
hold up. No,
you're gonna be
we need to
attacking
go
his
down there. No,
co-workers
no,
and
no.
everything.
Give them all the money. I mean,
Yeah.
you have grown-ups like Blinken who, who basically said like as a Jew or as a person of Jewish descent, but it's just like, bro, you're an American. You can't say that. Like if we went to war, if somebody bombed like Mexico and I was the Secretary of State and I said as a Mexican, like, whoa, hold up. Or if we were attacking like a predominantly like, and I won't just say Muslim, but Buddhist country and say not only as a human, but as a Christian. Oh, dude, how would that go down?
It wouldn't go down very well.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I think grown-ups are particularly these generation are just like devolving into these immature, like kind of pussified individuals. I don't know. It's just something I've been just seeing. But
Throwing
anyways,
tantrums.
yeah, throwing
Yeah.
tantrums, throwing these tantrums and staking with these tantrums, not evolving or growing from them. Right.
Yeah.
You see Harry Kissinger. I
Okay.
hate to bring him back up.
Yeah, I know. You're bringing up murderer. Yeah.
Horrible, right? Horrible person in a lot of people's eyes. Killed millions of people, but you never see him talking shit about how everyone talked shit about what he did in Cambodia and Vietnam. I mean, don't get it wrong. He wrote some books and explained it.
But he didn't go on the daily and talked about it.
Every day. He didn't talk about how he was the saint of Hanoi. He never talked about that. He never talked about how everything he did was right. He just kind of moved on with his life and stayed, of course, somehow stayed in the right circles, time immemorial. But that's what I'm saying. You just don't see these people doing that. Instead, it's like they continue to take the grudge and run with it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, how about us? Do we ever talk about shit that bothers us over and over? Maybe nurses.
You know what, man?
We talk about nurses a lot.
Fuck DFW. I'm not
Oh
playing.
yeah.
This
Hey man,
place is fucking forever.
once you get over
okay?
DFW already and just accept you're gonna be there
I'm
until
not
you
gonna
die.
be fucking no, dude. 3 years, guys. 3 years.
No.
3 more years, and I'm motherfucking out.
You're going to die at DFW,
Bro, I am
man.
not. Fuck that. You know what I told Amy? If I die here, I want my ashes or whatever, my body shipped back home. I don't want to be buried here. This is like Pet Cemetery type shit.
It's not
I don't
so
want to be
bad.
here.
It's not so bad.
Yeah, okay.
I've been there. It's not so bad. I actually
telling
enjoyed
the guy who told me was, hey, I might check it out. Lasted 13 hours and went back home.
Yeah, I know.
You didn't even stay the night. You didn't even stay the night that night.
No, I did. Did I?
No,
I did, yeah.
You went back. You're like, we're good. We checked it out. We're good.
No. It was nice. It was very nice. I enjoyed myself thoroughly.
Yeah, mind you, that never happened. He didn't stay. He left. He went right back home. Didn't even want to stay here for more than 10 seconds. But nonetheless, I just find it's just kind of crazy. But moving on from that kind of interesting ramble. But yeah, just keep a heads up for the Dave Chappelle media team who's trying to suppress that at all costs. But yeah, that did happen. But moving on, I think I want to kind of touch base as our last little point tonight. And I think there's a lot, and coming as two people who are actual medical professionals, right? We spent quite a bit of time in medicine and quite a bit of time in healthcare. Anything from actual production to research, we have a very, very safe. So a lot of times when we say things, even our opinions, we actually tend to temper them down
It's
when it
based
comes to
on
medicine.
something.
Yeah, well, we actually temper them down because even though we may have personal beliefs, we kind of sometimes want to make sure, right? We want to be as sure as possible. But what's happening right now, and this is a lot and this used to actually be more of a left-wing problem with a lot of the Earth mothers and stuff like that type of
Oh yeah, they're still
crunchy
there.
shit. We have what I think right now is these bro science charlatans that are popping up everywhere. From the carnivore diet to the bulletproof guy. Remember that fucking bulletproof coffee guy? Total frauds. To
Yeah.
COVID deniers. And I'm not going to go into whether COVID was this or that, but
It
these
was
people
fake.
are like, they're like, oh, COVID, oh, don't worry, but we sell a serum that will cure it, but we it's not real, but we definitely want you to buy our serum. To and I'm not trying to shit on too many other things, but like, medical treatments that aren't necessarily have been fully investigated, and also people that kind of just shit on the FDA. Like, look, I
That's
get it,
me.
right?
I
For
shit
the
on the FDA.
regulation side, but nonetheless, for the most part, the FDA has approved a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Now, is the FDA crooked?
Fuck yeah.
No doubt. No doubt. There's definitely a lot of issues with the FDA, but I think that's any government agency. But to throw the baby out with the bathwater, I think is a bit much.
Yeah. We'll have another baby.
But what you're starting to see is the growth of these charlatans, these snake oil salesmen, and it's kind of funny because they'll come in, they'll say, well, we've done these studies, we've done this research, except that their research and their studies are piss poor.
Yeah.
And they're not peer reviewed. And if they are peer reviewed, they're peer reviewed by people that are aligned with them. So it's funny because you'll hear all these guys, especially on Rogan and other places, they'll talk about, oh yeah, the pharma company is against us and blah, 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 blah. And their research is slanted.
Who are you talking about?
Who
are you
all
talking
of
about?
all these, well, it's a lot of them. So in particular,
I've heard one just like that. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about someone specifically.
the carnivore guy, he starts talking about different diets, and he's talking about hyperlipidemia, right? For people that don't know, that means like people that have high cholesterol, things of that nature.
That
And he's
hyperlipidemia.
trying to discredit, the cholesterol. Basically, the paradigm in cholesterol and heart healthcare is that the lower cholesterol tends to prevent atherosclerosis in your veins, and it actually has been proven to lower like cardiac events if you can control your cholesterol. Well, this dumbass goes and says, well, look, if you're a relatively healthy person that doesn't have any comorbidities, high cholesterol is not that big of a deal.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, right? And it's just like, no, stupid. It is a big deal. But what you're not getting is, even if you don't have these comorbidities and you have high cholesterol, you're eventually just going to lead yourself to these other comorbidities because, what I'm saying? Eventually, shit's going to go bad.
Yeah.
Because you're breaking down your circulatory system. It's a cardiovascular issue.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have cholesterol buildup in your veins, and you may not have any comorbidities, but eventually, when you get up, you're gonna start getting dizzy. When you start running that mile, you're gonna pass out.
Yeah,
because you're not getting the blood flow you're supposed to be getting.
Well, and not only that, but
you're gonna sit on the couch, you're gonna get fatter, and that's it. You're done.
Guess what? Now you got two comorbidities, and guess what? You should have probably watched one of them because now you're gonna die. So I think it's very irresponsible. I think I just want people to know, like, look, there is no biological free lunch. If you take testosterone, you will die earlier than you were supposed to.
Yeah.
You are running your engine red hot. your body naturally loses testosterone for a reason. Like a lot of the things the body does is for a reason. Now, if we find ways to, like everyone says, like let's say the concept of lengthening telomeres, right? Let's say we find a way to genetically lengthen telomeres to to prevent cellular death, maybe even reprogram biological
Wait, are you
age.
talking about anti-aging?
Yeah. Let's say
All
we
right.
really get good at that, right?
Okay.
Then I can see hormone replacement as a real thing because let's say somehow if you can dial back the clock and your body thinks it's younger and the cells and somehow you seem your heart everything is younger. I could see giving testosterone if the body wasn't able to produce like what it was at a younger age because of whatever issues. I could see supplementation at that point. But the fact is that like and this is a hard thing I think for any of us to accept is that yes, you're getting fucking older. You're getting weaker and it sucks. But there isn't a magical cure to make you better because, like I said, there's never a biological free lunch. If you do one thing, you will pay for it another way.
Yeah, I mean that's with anything you take.
Yes,
Let's just
anything.
say you take something for rheumatoid arthritis.
Yep.
You're gonna pay for it. You're gonna get sicker quicker.
Yep.
You're gonna get a lower immune system.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, and
It's
people and oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, no. The thing you were talking about, where it cascades, you get one comorbidity and it cascades.
Yeah.
I'll just throw an analogy in there. It's like when your leg hurts. You're like, okay, I got nothing wrong with my body, but my leg hurts, so I'm just gonna walk this way so that it doesn't hurt anymore. Well, you start hurting your spine after a
Yep.
while. You start hurting your hips, and now you have two things that hurt,
Yep.
and then you're fucked up later on. You have three, and you're done.
Right. The
Anyway,
compensation. No,
yeah,
you're right. You're right.
yeah.
You're right. And with that being said, there is no biological free lunch. You will like, you will not be younger without burning it's like, okay, it's like an
So,
engine, right?
what are these bros promoting, by the way?
No, they're promoting dude, I have heard it all. I've heard everything from the carnivore diet to testosterone. People don't realize like once you get on testosterone, you have to get a stack.
Oh,
Like you have to
yeah,
take HGH, and then sometimes you have to
yeah,
take
and
another
that's
hormone.
all,
Exactly. Then you have to start taking all these other hormones to balance the new hormone.
dude,
It's just
dude.
it's
People have asked me for
crazy.
people have asked me for horse testosterone,
Yes.
not nandrolone.
Yes. Dude,
That's
they
some fucked up shit, bro.
D-ball, Androl, all these motherfuckers, dude. And people don't realize they're like, oh yeah, it's gonna get me jacked. Yes, you will be stronger.
You're gonna go limp
But
as a,
well,
I
yeah,
don't know.
right. It's gonna mess with your PP. I don't care if you're
Yeah.
on, dude. If you start getting it will mess with your PP. You're going to have like serious emotional problems, and over time, I hate to say this, but if you see people who use testosterone consistently over time, there is a actual physical alteration that occurs to those people.
Yeah.
They become more like they definitely hair loss increases, but not only that, but they look more. I hate to say it, like Neanderthalish. They look, the thickening of the forehead, of the brow. It
No, not only
happens.
that, but let's just okay, check this out. You're taking testosterone, right? You're injecting that shit into your body. You're getting jacked up. One day you get sick. You can't take it anymore.
Yep.
Guess what's going to happen? That testosterone is going to drop. Okay.
Yep.
But that estrogen
Yeah.
that your body produces because it's trying to compensate shoots up like a motherfucker. Now you
Yep.
got bitch tits and
You're fucking
walking around.
crying during AT&T
Yeah.
commercials. But
Yeah, exactly.
and what is all this for, right? Ladies and gentlemen,
Cosmetic.
you will not beat Father Time. Father Time is going to win. But all I'm saying is, look, like everyone can be healthier, right? I think that's really the real message. Like, yes, you
Just
can be
go
healthier.
running.
Just go run, eat better, take care of yourself. Instead of eating 3 ice creams, eat 2.
Oh,
The
dude.
little things.
Dude, there's another phenomenon out there that
What?
I don't like it at all. It's the Wegovy, Genuvia stuff
Oh, the
for weight
GLP-1s.
loss.
You
The
know,
GOP,
I
dude.
know.
I'm not
I
comfortable
don't
with
know. I
that.
don't have a problem with that. Because I think if you can cure the real problem is the obesity. If you can cure it, then I think
Yeah,
that
but there's no biological free lunch.
there isn't.
Do you know? Have you heard what happens to these people?
Yeah, sometimes the GI, then some liver issue. The main well, it's mainly,
Yeah,
they're saying it's GI issues. GI issues is
yeah,
definitely
the
part of it.
gastroparesis.
Yes, and
Can't
that's
stop
scary.
digesting food.
No, you're right. It is scary. But at the same time, though, if you're extremely overweight and we're talking about bad blood pressure, you know what I'm saying? You have to always, that's the other part of medicine, right? It's the lesser of two evils. You
Yeah,
know,
it's always about that.
yeah, if it's justified, if you could say that one side effect is worse or better than the other, then that's definitely part of the equation. So I don't necessarily disagree with them. But I think it's a huge market. I hate to say this. I think it's going to be one of the biggest markets in pharmaceuticals for many, many years.
I hope not.
But what I find though funny is that you'll see these bro science people, and I'm not trying to say you, but they'll talk about those medications,
Yeah.
the GLP-1s, like the weight loss drugs. They'll say, yeah, well, one day you could just take a shot, but they're doing the same thing. Because if you're over 40 years old, you're not going to get stronger.
No. Your
You
bones
get
are coming
weaker.
back.
But that's what they're doing. But I love it's kind of almost it's pretty, what's it called? It's like the pot calling the kettle black. It's ridiculous that they call out people for taking these GLP-1s, but here they are on some type of crazy HGH testosterone stack just to lift weights. But it's not okay for someone to take a shot. You know what I'm saying? Eh, there's just so much grossness in this bro community that I just want people to know, like, there's a lot of things that these people are saying because it makes them money. They don't really believe it.
Yeah.
And
It's true.
I think that's the truth that I really hope most people will see. So if you hear someone say something like just eat meat, that's not healthy
Dude, it's gonna give you gout.
at all. We are literally omnivores, right? As human,
We're
if
not
you
omnivore. Oh yeah, I mean we're not herbivores either. Yeah, you're right. We're omnivores. Yeah.
well, no,
Yeah, you're right.
it's very simple. Look at our teeth. We have
All right.
canines because we're meant to rip meat,
All right.
but we also have flat molars because we're meant to grind things.
Yeah.
You look at predators that solely subsist on meat, they have sharp teeth because that's all they eat.
And we
They're
have
not
forward-facing eyes too. We don't have them on the side of our heads.
exactly.
We're
So
predators.
we're omnivores, right?
We're
we're,
predators.
we're not herbivores. We're not just straight carnivores. We're omnivores, and that's why I think if you're worried about diet stuff like that, just think about regular food. Just think about being
Yeah,
healthier
just
in
you know
that way.
what? Just don't eat till you're full, man. Just eat till you're satisfied.
But the hard part is how expensive things have gotten. That's the other part that pisses me off about the bro science. Say, well, yeah, just eat grass fed beef. Well, bro,
Yeah, I
not if the
know.
grass fed steak is $31 and a pack of turkey that from a non is $5. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
they're so out of fucking touch with how much it costs to maintain that type of lifestyle that it's kind of gross too. It's like, oh yeah, we'll just get like some, some elk steak or something. Like, how many motherfuckers are really out there hunting elk all day? Or
Um,
how many motherfuckers are buying grass-fed steaks
I mean,
whenever?
I like Kobe beef. I mean, that's stuff we get all the time. And
Yeah, but well, no,
grass-fed,
yeah,
you
but
know,
how many? Yeah, well, that's
grass-fed
you
lamb.
because
I
you're
mean,
rich.
that's my personal stuff. I
Well, that's
mean,
because you and Elon hang out and you have the weekly meetings with the Kissinger group. But like, what I'm saying is you see these people talk all this shit, and you're just like, you guys, it's just gross. So like, anyways, health is not this magical the solution that, there isn't like a key to make everything work in health. Health's very complicated, and that's why there's a lot of studies and there's a lot of research that goes into it. I'm not saying that a lot of these studies and research aren't completely corrupted
Yeah.
by pharma money, etc., but I do know that there's a lot of really hardworking doctors and people who do believe in the cause that recommend things because they believe it.
Yeah.
And it's and you can say, oh, they're all twisted by the pharma, but not a lot of us that took our oaths that are never broke.
You know
That have
what?
never
You
been
know what
broke.
though? I've this is what I explain to people. Um, Whenever, I'm supposed to consult on something like a medication that's super expensive, I'm like, I have no skin in the game. I get no money off the
Yeah.
price of this medication. I
No.
get paid the same whether you take this medication or not.
Yep.
I'll tell you the real truth about this medication because whether you take it or not, I still get paid the same amount of money.
Oh, real. And
Yeah,
that's what makes it. And honestly, that's what kind of keeps us honest,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And,
Because
and
if the pharma company was paying me to promote this drug, I'd say a bunch of weird shit that isn't true.
God damn.
But 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 that's not the case. If this medication causes you to like roll your eyes back and shit like that, I'm gonna tell you because I have no skin in the game. I'm like, it's gonna do this to you, man. Like you better be careful with that.
Exactly. And let's be thankful that Rick isn't influenced by the pharma company, because there'd be a bunch of people walking out of the clinics with their eyes rolling back and not knowing what the fuck. But yeah, but just parting, I would just say, if you have real health concerns and questions, ask the people that actually went to school for it, not the people that looked online.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my call on it. I think, let's see, hold on. I think we're gonna just start wrapping this one up. I may have a
Yep.
little up. There we go. There it goes.
There we go.
You got kind of frozen there. I was thinking
A
I was
little
gonna
bit.
have to close this one on my own. But so just to let everyone know, we will be a little more consistent. We're gonna be trying to get on every Thursday and Friday night, so we will be a little more consistent back again. We did have a talk. We're gonna keep this thing running until the wheels fall off, but
Yep.
we will be here for y'all. So just
We
try
had a
to keep
talk.
an eye out. Thursday,
I
Friday
said,
nights. Huh?
we had a talk. We said, Ben, back to the office. You know what this is about. Come on.
Yep. We got to get some work.
Yeah.
So please, now that we're going to be back, please let your friends know, play us in public, maybe, drop some random thing. Said these people have this, whatever. It'd be cool to just kind of grow a couple more people just to kind of have a little bit more of a group. But with that being said, let's see, you can find us on X, maybe Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't know. Our social media, we got to get back on a couple
that
things.
stuff. I
We
mean,
we're shit. Well, you know what? Because we're fucking old. Fucking old, dude.
definitely truth. You can find us in truth.
You can,
There you go.
boy, you can find us on True Social. You can find us on True Social, aka the worst place to find us. But with that said, please let us know if you have any questions or if you guys want to have any ideas for shows. But yeah, parting, go see a doctor. Don't listen to some asshole online that says that he's a researcher. Because guess what? That means It means he's the same person as you are.
Means that he was sitting in the toilet looking at his phone and he's a researcher
Exactly.
now. Yeah.
Exactly. He got the same logarithm that you probably do, read the same story you did, but is trying to act like he can talk from a place of authority about it. So just
Nice.
let that shit ride. But anyways, let the professionals handle health, not these fucking charlatans. But anyways, with that being said, I think we're gonna have ourselves a good evening. I hope you guys will join us next week, where we'll be talking about some other crazy shit, because lately everything's popping off. I mean, we didn't even get a chance to even talk too much about Israel tonight, but I guarantee you there'll be plenty of other stuff. So we'll be here to try to help kind of clear the noise, to try to skip over it so that you guys can have a more clear and a more concise understanding of the world around you.
That's the name of our show. Skip the noise.
I do my best. I do my best to drop it in there. So that's where the darkness and the light. What's that Green Lantern thing? I will be the darkness and the light. Yeah, some fucking shit like that. Anyways, we are here, and we're back in full effect. So see you guys next week, and keep it real, represent.